In our previous lecture, we understood the common forces in mechanics. So, in that we also learned what are contact forces and what are non-contact forces. So, we left our discussion at static friction and kinetic friction. So what are these? So these are two different types of friction that you encounter in your day-to-day life. So first let us learn what is static friction. So what is static friction? So when two bodies in contact are not moving with respect to each other, the force of friction between them is called static friction. So you have, let's suppose, M1 and M2. So these two objects are in contact. So this is M1 and this is M2. Now, if these two are in contact with respect to each other, and if they are not moving, then the force which between them is called static friction. So, when two bodies in contact are not moving with respect to each other, the force of friction between them is called static friction. So this is what the static friction is. Now, let us consider one more example. So consider a mass of M which is at rest on the floor. So for this, force of gravity will be what? So there is a mass of M which is resting on the floor, and thus this mass will experience a force, gravitational force mg, which will be cancelled by the normal reaction. So n will be in this direction and mg will be in this direction. So mgn. So mg will get cancelled by the n. So what is n? N is a normal force or normal reaction. So this normal reaction will cancels the force gravity mg. So when body is pushed with a small force, so if you push this body with a small force, then this mass will not slide, but this mass will remain rest because this floor is exerting the force which is known as frictional force on the body, which is equal and opposite to this external force. So this is the example for the static friction. So you have a mass m which is kept on the floor, and the normal forces which are acting on this mass are normal reaction and gravitational force. So this mg will get cancelled by this n, and now if you apply the external force in this direction, this floor will give the frictional force to this mass. Hence the mass will not move, but this mass will remains at rest. So this is the example for static friction. So when no force is applied on this mass, then also the body will remain at rest. So when no applied force, then there will not be no static force. So now if you increase the applied force, the frictional force also increases. So if you want to push this mass to this direction by a magnitude, let's suppose first you apply 1 Newton force, then if you increase the magnitude of force to 10 Newton, then the static friction also increases. So this static friction is equal and opposite to the force which you apply on the body of mass m. Next, this means the magnitude of static friction will always adjust itself in accordance to the applied force, or this frictional force also changes this magnitude when you change the magnitude of the external force, or this force which you are applying on the mass m. So hence static force is self adjustable. That means if you increase the force, then the static force will also increases. Now, however, this frictional force cannot go beyond the maximum. So let's suppose if you give 10 Newton force, then there will be minus 10 Newton force, frictional force, which opposes this 10 Newton force. Now let's suppose if you increases this 10 Newton force by 20 Newton, then this body will move in the direction in which you are pushing it. So here this force, or this frictional force, will get cancelled by this external force. So now this body will begin to move. The maximum static friction F max is independent of area of contact. So the maximum static friction F max is independent of area of contact. So, and it is proportional to the normal reaction. F max is directly proportional to n. So now if you remove this, what you will get, F is equals to, or F max is equals to nu s n. So where this F max is maximum static friction and limiting friction, nu s is constant of proportionality and it is called coefficient of static friction. So what is F max here? F max is the maximum static friction. Or it is also known as the limiting friction. F max is equals to nu s n. So this is the formula. So this coefficient of static friction can be defined as the ratio of the maximum static friction to the normal reaction. So nu s can be written as F max divided by n. So what is nu s here? So the coefficient of static friction can be defined as the ratio of F max to the normal reaction on the body. The actual force of static friction Fs may be smaller than nu Sn, and its value will always depend on other forces, so which acts on the body. So this magnitude of Fs is equal to that required to keep the body at rest. So Fs will always be less than or equal to nu Sn. So now if you apply the external force which is greater than F max, then body will starts to move on the surface. So this is the frictional force. So this is what is the static friction. So we have learned what is static friction. So static friction is when two bodies in contact and are not moving with respect to each other. The force of friction between them is called static friction. So this is the diagram. So static force is self-adjustable and F max is directly proportional to N. F max is equals to nu s N. And what is nu s here? It is coefficient of static friction. Nu s is equals to F max by M. So this is the static friction. Now let us try and learn what is kinetic friction. ನಾವೀಗ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ದಾಗ ಇದ್ದಾಗೂ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವೀಗೇನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಏನಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ವಿ, ಎಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ನ್ಯೂ ಎಸ್ ಎನ್. ನ್ಯೂ ಎಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಕೊಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೊಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯಿತು. ಈಗ ನಾವೇನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆನ್ ಒನ್ ಬಾಡಿ slides on the surface of another body, the force of friction between them is called kinetic friction. So when one body slides on the surface of another body, the force of friction between them is called kinetic friction. So kinetic friction is denoted by Fk. So this Fk will be smaller than maximum static friction. So F max is what? Maximum static friction, and Fk is kinetic friction, and this kinetic friction will be smaller than F max. Fk ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ದು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಕಿನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೂ ಲಾರ್ಜ್, ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಲೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಎಫ್ ಕೆದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೀಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಫ್ ಕೆ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು ಎನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನಾಲಿಟಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸೈನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಎಫ್ ಕೆ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ ಇಂಟು ಎನ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ. ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನಾಲಿಟಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಬಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು? ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೀವು ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಫ್ ಕೆ ಬೈ ಎನ್. ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೈ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್, what is efficient spelling? COEFFICIENT, coefficient of kinetic friction. So nu k divided by Fk will give you, nu k is equals to Fk by n is the coefficient of kinetic friction. So we know that Fk is less than F max. So if this is the case, now ಈಗ Fk less than F max ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು? ನ್ಯೂ ಕೆ is less than nu s, because what is this? So this Fs is directly proportional to nu s, and Fk is directly proportional to nu k. So if Fk is smaller than maximum of Fs, then this nu k will also be smaller than this nu s. Thus coefficient of kinetic friction is smaller than the coefficient of static friction. So hence Fk will be less than F max. The kinetic friction Fk is equal in magnitude to the force applied to maintain the body in uniform motion. So what did I say? Kinetic friction Fk is equal in magnitude to the force applied to maintain the body in uniform motion over the surface of another body. So you can also write acceleration. So if the force applied on the body of mass m moving on the surface of another body, then what you can write? F is equals to ma. So acceleration can be written as A is equals to F minus Fk by m. So this is what acceleration of the body, which is sliding. Next, let us understand rolling friction. Before that, so what we have understood, so if the two bodies are in contact and if they are at rest, then there appears the static friction Fs is equals to nu s n. So that is known as static friction. So if two bodies slide over each other, then there appears kinetic friction. Fk is directly proportional to n, and Fk is equals to nu k n. So the static friction Fs and kinetic friction Fk, both these frictions will not depend on the area of contact as long as normal reaction n is same. So all these things are experimentally observed. So these are not fundamental laws. They are experimental observation. So these observation will come useful when you do practical calculations in mechanics. Next, rolling friction. So what is rolling friction? So now you have given a heavy box. So this is heavy box. So it is easier to move this heavy box on a rough floor if this box is provided with wheels. So if you asked to move the heavy box, so if the box has wheels, then you can see you need to give a little force. So if there are no wheels, then you have to do so much circus to displace this heavy box. So these wheels will not slide on the floor. Instead, they roll on the floor. So the surfaces at contact do not rub each other. So here velocity of point of contact of wheel with respect to the floor is always 0 all the time, even though the center of wheel is moving. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆವಿ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಸೊ ಈ ಬಾಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಹೆವಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್, ಈ ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ವೀಲ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಈ ಹೆವಿ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವೀಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವೆ, ರೋಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೆವಿ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ದು ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ at contact with the floor will not rub each other. So every time the wheel come in contact with the floor, the velocity of the point of contact of wheel will be 0. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ 0 ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೀಲ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ motion, uniform motion, or this center of wheel will be moving. The friction when one body is rolling on the surface of another body, so it is called rolling friction. So what it is called? It is called rolling friction. The friction when one body is rolling on the surface of another body, it is called rolling friction. So now let me draw the wheel here. So this part of the wheel will be fixed part. So here you will have the rotating part, and again you will have ball bearings. So this is what? This is rotating part, and here you have ball bearing. So this rolling friction is very small as compared to static friction and kinetic friction. Hence this rolling friction will be used in vehicles transporting large load or heavy load on the ground. So this will be provided with the wheels. So also in modern industries, ball bearings are provided with the machine components as one part rotates with respect to other. Now the balls roll on the two parts. So thus this friction becomes very small, causing this causes much less energy loss compared to what? Compared to static friction or kinetic friction. So this is the brief idea about what is rolling friction. So rolling friction is the friction which when one body is rolling on the surface of another body, so it is known as rolling friction. So again you have learned what is kinetic friction and what is static friction. So next let us learn the advantages and the disadvantages of friction. So this friction has also got the advantages and disadvantages, and you can also learn the methods of reducing the friction. So how do you reduce the friction? So friction between the various parts of the machine can be reduced by making the surfaces smooth by polishing them. So if you polish the surface smoothly, then you can reduce the friction. You can also use lubricants. So ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ wheel ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲುಬ್ರಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ, ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ದರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ friction. You can also use, as I said, ball bearings or roller bearings. So these also will reduce the friction. So now next let us learn the advantages and disadvantages of friction. So first advantage here is friction enables us to walk on the ground. Friction enables us to walk on the ground. So can you imagine that you can walk without the friction? So without friction, it is not possible for us to walk. We may slip and fall down. So if there is no friction, so if there is a friction, then you can easily walk on the ground. So if there is no friction, then you will be slipped or fallen down. So this is the first example, this is the first advantage of the frictional force. Friction enables us to walk on the ground. So nails and screws hold the board together because of friction. So because of this friction, nails and screws hold the board. So if there is no friction, then the nails and screws cannot hold the board. So this is the another example or the advantage of having the friction. So another example is friction enables us to drive vehicles. So now if there is no friction or in the absence of friction, so it will not be possible for us to stop the vehicle because the brakes will not work without the friction. So if there is a friction, then the brakes will work and the vehicle will comes to rest or the vehicle stops. So this is the advantage of friction.